Prince Andrew could be denied access to the service of Thanksgiving for Prince Philip despite reaching a settlement in principle in his civil suit, a commentator has claimed. Prince Andrew reached an out-of-court settlement in the civil sexual assault case brought against him in the U.S. by Virginia Giuffre earlier this week. Ms. Giuffre, previously Virginia Roberts, alleged the Duke sexually assaulted her on 3 separate occasions in 2001 when she was a minor under U.S. law. Andrew vehemently denied all of the accusations made against him, but they have seriously marred his reputation. While Andrew has cause to celebrate as he turns 62 today, February 19, the Duke also faces the prospect of being banned from his father, the Duke of Edinburgh's memorial service next month. A Thanksgiving service for the late Prince Philip will be held at Westminster Abbey on March 29. And lawyer Mark Stevens claims it is very unlikely that Andrew will be there. Mr. Stevens, an international reputation lawyer from the law firm Howard Kennedy, said, "The settlement has drawn a line under further humiliation of him, but there's no way back for him now. I think a bellwether of that is it's very unlikely he will attend his father's memorial." The legal expert made reference to the fact that the Duke of York attended his father's funeral last year, which was a relatively subdued affair due to ongoing COVID-19 restrictions. The Duke made headlines at the time as the funeral marked the most visible he had been after stepping back from royal duties in 2019. Like the Queen, Andrew sat alone during the service as he and Her Majesty were not in a COVID bubble with any of the other guests. Commenting on his appearance at the funeral, Mark Stevens claims Andrew took the opportunity to command the cameras. He added that the firm will not allow that to happen at another instance dedicated to the late Duke of Edinburgh. He also claims that if Andrew did attend, it could be interpreted as the royal family approving of the prince. Mr. Stevens said, "Obviously has been present at his father's funeral and he took the opportunity to command the cameras at that, and I think the royal family will not allow that to happen a second time. I think they understand that he is toxic, and if he goes to these events it will be seen as a tacit approval, and so, whilst it's quite hard, the royal family can't be seen to have him at things like the memorial." The royal family publicly severed its ties with the Duke back in January, when the Queen stripped him of his remaining patronages and military affiliations. This came after Judge Kaplan ruled that Andrew's civil case could proceed after lawyers for the Duke attempted to have it thrown out. Since then, Andrew and Ms. Giuffre have agreed upon an out-of-court settlement. Although the parties have settled the case, the agreement is not an admission of guilt from Andrew. Documents filed to the U.S. court by lawyers for Andrew and his accuser read as follows: Virginia Giuffre and Prince Andrew have reached an out-of-court settlement. The parties will file a stipulated dismissal upon Ms. Giuffre's receipt of the settlement, the sum of which is not being disclosed. Prince Andrew intends to make a substantial donation to Ms. Giuffre's charity in support of victims' rights. Prince Andrew has never intended to malign Ms. Giuffre's character, and he accepts that she has suffered both as an established victim of abuse and as a result of unfair public attacks. The papers also say that Prince Andrew regrets his association with the deceased convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It says, Prince Andrew regrets his association with Epstein, and commends the bravery of Ms. Giuffre and other survivors in standing up for themselves and others. He pledges to demonstrate his regret for his association with Epstein by supporting the fight against the evils of sex trafficking, and by supporting its victims.